Fisher Castle, 22nd century new technologies. It's a Fisher sent communication station. Take notes. He found the station by thermal air current that he knew somebody was there. I'm going to tell you what you're going to be seeing, watching in the movie. But first, I'm 80 years old, so it was not going to be very good reading. First, this is the next movie that's coming out. So you see a Fisher. Okay, you see the Fisher? It's just before he let a big one out. So you know what kind of bowel movement he has when he eats grapes. In here, you'll see the Fisher Castle, the Fisher on top of it, and this one here slides down, so you know that their nervous system is not the same as humans, at least men. Okay, I give you a short introduction here, not short, 3 pages. What you're going to be seeing. Fisher Castle DVD movie has not been seen or knew about since the beginning of time. Fisher Castle is about a Fisher sent communication center and how 5 different numerous wild animals naturally left their scent there year-round. Fisher Castle Communication Center and most of the Fisher actions at least one raccoon action was not known before, along with their interactions. The Fisher Communication Center and most of the Fisher actions, at least one raccoon action, was not known before, along with their interactions. The ways that the Fishers left their scent at their Fisher Scent Communication Center in daylight and at night are: A. Their annual glands by rubbing it on pointed parts of the tree stump. B. The glands on the center pads of their feet when the Fishers jump stiff-legged straight up and down on the ground, and also when they played on a small, flimsy, quarter-sized branch that was held up by a different quarter-sized dead tree. The glands of their chin by rubbing the chin on the small piece of wood and on the ground. Rubbing their body on the ground logs, also on a number of logs at the same time, a small, flimsy branch that was held up by another quarter-sized dead tree in a small piece of wood. Leaving the scat on the tree stump. It is not known if any Fisher urine on the tree stump, logs or ground, or any other ways a Fisher could leave their scent there that the camera did not pick up. Numerous raccoons of all different sizes interacted with these Fishers when the Fishers was not around by leaving their scent there. A. By rubbing their butts on the same tree stumps points. B. A, by rubbing their butts on the same tree stump points. B, by the head and neck rubbing on the above flimsy branch. C, by scatting on the same tree stump. Fisher Castle was made by Paul Tooley, an employee of 2nd Century New Technologies, Potsdam. Okay, here's the second page. In Fisher Castle movie, you will be studying wild animals' behavior without a narrator, sound, or background music, so you can better study the fisher's behavior. There is also a marker when the film clip is going to be done, so you can think or talk about what you just saw, or return the video to watch it over again. The marker is 5 for 5 seconds and T for 10 seconds. The movie editor also made bonus close-up video clips, video focus, to get a closer look at the fishers and all the action that they made of the fishers that came from the actual fisher video clip to help the viewer to identify them. If you want, you have time, you can. If you want, you have time, you can look at camera number 2 for a real short video clip of a female fisher that was moving her small baby in her mouth. This had to be in the spring sometime. Okay, but where I don't know. This got by us before we could show it out. You have to stop the video just before the fisher disappears to go behind the camera in order to see it. Sorry, the movie was done when we found this out, or we would have pointed it out and shown you. Fisher Castle has 74 video clips of fishers taken from 2 different angles and is almost 6 hours long. A different fisher picture is on each of the 6-hour DVD. If a fisher video clip that came from one camera was more than a minute long, it's only counted as one video clip. One of these clips will show the viewer a fisher running and how high and how far it can leap. The distance they will leap and the height they can leap was unknown before. This was not an ordinary leap. A picture of this fisher leap is also on one of our DVDs and original movie clip. After we saw this daylight video clip of its running and leap it made, the field crew went back into the field and filmed the area to get an idea of the length and height of the leap. First, the crew put up temporary flagging tape on the surrounding trees to help show the height of the fisher jump and help actually identify the trees around and to help identify the trees around where it jump took place. In the field, the CEO gave his explanation of what he thought happened, but back in the editing room, the statement he made in the field, in the editing room of the film overlaid the room, we actually saw how high and far this fisher leaped by comparing. by comparing the flagging on the trees. We had to make a small correction of the CO to new film video and alternate it with the game camera video to show the viewers how high and far this leap was. For the movie viewer, the movie editor also put in bonus close-up video clips, video focus to get a better close. For the movie viewer, the movie editor also put in bonus close-up video clips, video focus to get a better look of this run and leap. Other unlimited wildlife learning you will see in Fisher Castle movie that might interest you in watching. You will see a doe that is relaxed enough to let her fawn run back and forth at high speeds to get its legs in shape so it could escape danger when it needed to. In the instructions on how the movie is put together, you will see a porcupine that does what I call a country square dance. This came from a video clip that was not good enough for a movie, and what we made. This came from a video clip that was not good enough for our movie, and we called it our scrap pile collection. You will see still pictures of a Fisher snow den and numerous Fisher tracks in the snow. All this action happened in front of our two cameras. We don't know what happened in 240 degrees in back of the camera. Our movies are professionally put together from 1 minute clips from two game cameras taking videos of the area. Before the movie starts, we will show you how the videos work by using a couple of video clips from places that were not good enough for a DVD movie in a scrap pile. I read a book that stated the first thing that the Fishers did after it killed. I read it in a book that the first thing the Fisher does after he kills something is to lick his eyes. I read in a book that the first thing that the Fisher does after a Fisher makes a kill is to lick its eyes. So his prey had to have a stroke. So the next time you see a movie that are just biting their prey, you'll know how hard, what they are going to go through. So the next time you see a movie that they are just biting their prey, you know what the prey is going through. 3. Now that you subscribe to our 22nd Century New Technologies up on YouTube page, as we're looking at it, on the left hand side you'll see a subscription. You just go in there, and when we upload, you'll be notified there, so you don't have to look all over. 2, 3. This part of the YouTube movie is about telling you what my YouTube name is. Adirondack Volcano gold digger. Adirondack is for the animals I have filmed, and it rises 12 inches in 100 years. And on New York State DEC page, it states the Adirondacks is very young compared to the other parts of the earth. It's only been there 0.5% of the time. Volcano name is for telling you how I found and showing you how I found volcanoes. And the gold digger is telling you and showing you how I find gold. And it's not like out west where they look for gold, where they found gold before.